All right, Cote de Pablo. Are you ready?
Yes, Scruffy Man, do it.
What was your first impression of me when we met?
Really? I thought you were going to sabotage my audition. And I thought you were just completely unprofessional. But kind of good looking. That's what I thought.
I'm confused by your answer.
No, you're not, because you've heard this 10,000 times. And with that, what was your first impression of me when we met? And I know the answer, I know the answer, I know the answer.
My first impression was that you were a very put-together young lady from New York. I was amazed by the focus and the clarity of the performance, and before I knew it, I had fallen hopelessly, desperately into an enchanted spell.
Wow, that was quite the answer.
All right, thanks.
I'm not sure if it was the truth. The fans have named us Tiva.
Tiva.
Yes.
Yes.
If it were up to you to pick a name for us as a couple, what would it be? Be honest. Be real.
Woo! Ham and cheese. Hold on.
I'm the ham, you're the cheese.
I would go, I'm clearly the ham.
Okay. I'm the cheese?
Well,
that's awful.
Yeah, no, but I mean not in a
You are awful.
not in like a whipped cheese way, more in a fromage kind of like.
Okay, enough. What do you,
You're like.
I'm not even going to go further on that.
You're cultured. Why do you think we have such good chemistry on the show?
Because I think we had a really interesting audition.
You think it started there?
I think it totally started there. I want to actually share with you guys an actual real moment. This audition, I walked in. There was another girl auditioning also. 2 people were testing for the part. And she went in first, and then I went in second. And she was kind of flirty with you, and I wasn't. I remember. Halfway through the audition, you leaned over and you grabbed my hair. And you did something that you went off book completely, which you often do. And I did not, because I was coming from New York and I was coming from the theater.
So professional.
No, it wasn't that. It was just your way of, working.
Right.
Which was interesting.
I have a Harry Dean Stanton approach.
Well, you grabbed my hair and then you said, "You're so pretty, you remind me of Salma Hayek." Did you not say that? And I thought, this guy's totally flirting with me, sabotaging my audition. And then I thought, oh God, end of audition. I totally didn't like you. And then after that, I changed into my other wardrobe, which was not the character wardrobe. And then you took me home. And then we totally clicked.
That sounded bad.
Wait, wait. It wasn't like you took me home like that.
I didn't take you home.
You totally...
I drove you home.
Okay, fine. You drove me home.
If you could take over any other actress's role on TV for an episode, who would you choose?
Any character, any female character in The Tudors.
Really?
And you would know that.
So you just want to get killed by Henry?
Or kissed by Henry.
Kissed and killed by Henry.
Maybe. I like him.
If NCIS were to ever kill off my character, how would you like to see them do it?
I would kiss you, and I would put a knife through your gut.
Wow.
That's pretty graphic, but it's kind of passionate, and I like it.
Yeah. So you're into this whole kissing, killing. Is that a South American thing?
No, it's not. I think I've been watching The Tudors a little too much.
Maybe.
What do NCIS fans most often ask you about me?
They want to know how hot you are. They're like, dude, she's so totally hot. I had a guy at the airport come over, and he was just like, it was all about the Ziva. He wanted to know, is Ziva as dangerous and as sexually
and you're like, no, she's
charged?
Not.
I think
you're like, she's a goofball. If you only knew she's a goofball.
No, I don't tell them that, because I want to keep the suspension of disbelief. I want people to believe that
you're all of that.
That you're some Mossad
killer.
She's an Israeli.
You know what I always get at airports all the time? Are you guys ever gonna kiss?
All right.
And
Let's
I
do
say
it.
it's not. No. And I say it's not. And I say it's not. I don't
tried.
know. And I say it's up to the writers. And I said, Michael and I have nothing to do with it.
But we have kissed.
We did.
Yeah.
How was it?
I don't remember.
That's the best answer ever.
It's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and you've kissed a lot since.
Well.
You forget.